Remember what God has already done for you. The things that He's done for you in the past, they weren't coincidences. They're reminders that you can hold on to that He is trustworthy. You just have to remember. And this is no different. He gonna show up because He is not a man that He will lie. The time is now to boldly step forward, love with intensity, and embark on the journey to create the best version of yourself. Let's breach these barriers together. Hey, family, and welcome back to the Breathe Off podcast. I'm so excited you're here. For those that are new, my name is Bree, and I'm your host. And those who are coming back, welcome back. It's nice to have y'all here. Settle down, get comfortable with family, make yourself at home. This episode is so personal. I'm literally living this right now, and God is teaching me so much about transition, that in between stage where you're not who you used to be, but you're not fully developed into the person you're becoming yet. It's the in between stage. So, today I want to talk about grace in the transition and how God meets us right there, right in the middle. So, I consider myself to be in a transition season right now. It's the season, like I said before, where you're not who you used to be, but you're not yet who you're becoming. So it's that real sticky, unfamiliar middle space that is actually growing us, stretching us, and preparing us for what's next. This very humbling space that we're in is actually very holy because it's where God is stripping us of what's familiar and what's comfortable, and He's forming us and He's refining us. This is where our faith grows. This is the stage where we become more like ourselves, like back to the factory setting, what God intended us for. So we're stepping into our God given identity. And it's also building character. I know we hear that a lot, but it's building our character. And even though this stage feels messy and slow, there is grace for it. So that is what I want to focus on today. So let's talk about faith for a second. The faith that you build is not magic. Hebrews 11:6, it reads, "It is impossible to please God without faith, and He rewards those who earnestly seek Him." So here's the thing, faith is built. It's not just falling upon us one day. We wake up, we have more faith magically. It's built. God builds our faith through these very small moments, brick by brick, kind of, and it gives us faith for the big moments. Personally, I've seen that God shows up in these small moments, and I am just amazed. So I'm going to share some times where God showed up for me. And it seemed like small moments, like we just don't know when God will show up. But these moments are what we hold on to grow our faith for the bigger things. So last year, I didn't know how I was going to pay a bill, and a check showed up in the mail. Never happened before. And I was like, this was very early. I feel like I was like in my infant stages of getting to know God and building my faith. And God did that for me. That is something I hold on to. I'm like, okay, there's no reason, no way I could reason that it wasn't God. So I hold on to that when I need faith for other things in my life. Another one is I started doing this thing called 4 Minutes with God. It's a book that I read. And basically you pray, you do your morning routine or whatever, whenever you pray. So I did my morning routine, I prayed, but then after you do that, you sit 4 minutes in silence and ask God to speak to you. So I'm like, okay, I really like this practice because we talk so much, but we rarely take time to listen. We just talking and asking. I said, okay, I'm going to start doing this. So my 4 minutes with God. After I prayed, I sat and I waited for God to talk to me. I was like, God, I'm open. Tell me what you want me to do today, what you'd like me to see, who you'd like me to reach out to, whatever you want. What you think about, God? Deposit it into me, whatever you want me to know. So I had saw my sister, one of my little sisters, she just flashed in my head, and then it was a beach. I was like, okay, all right, what do I do with this? So I was like, hey, Brittany, I told her that I prayed and I sat with God for 4 minutes and I asked him to show me who I'd like to talk to, all the rundown. And I said, I saw you and I saw a beach. Does any of that resonate with you? My sister, she's in California. So she was like, my goodness, I actually have a beach networking event that we're hosting tomorrow, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to make it. So we just started talking about that. I was telling her that I wasn't as in tune as I used to be. So when I saw that, I just wasn't sure. She was like, it's amazing how God can use us. if we ask. So I hold on to that even when I'm doing my 4 minutes with God and I feel like I'm not hearing anything, I'm not feeling strongly about something, I'm not having pictures flashed in my head, however God will talk to me. I could easily go to, this just isn't for me, but no, He showed me something in the beginning, so I'm not going to give up just because I don't see something every single time. I'm going to keep seeking God because He showed me that He is always with us. And I truly believe that even if I don't see something when I'm asking for it in that moment, God is still with me. And as if I keep seeking Him, I will keep growing my faith. He will deposit what He wants to deposit on His time. But I only believe that because He showed up for me in those beginning stages when I was building my faith. So I can hold on to that to keep faith for the bigger things. I feel like God was showing me that He's saying, I'm here. I'm with you. Even when you think I'm quiet, I'm working. Faith is built brick by brick, moment by moment. If it's quiet, He has not left you. Keep seeking. Another thing transition teaches us is that rejection is just redirection. Something closes because it's saving you from something you can't see yet, or it's just not for you. It's not the path God will have you go. So I want to read a few scriptures to you. The first one is Numbers 23:19. God is not a man that He should lie. Romans 8:28. All things work together for good. Second Chronicles 20:15. The battle is not yours, but God's. The fight is already won by God. God already solved it. We just got to walk it out. We just got to walk out these days. But the end, God already has it. The fight is fixed, okay? You're in the exact season you're required to be in for your growth and what you're meant to do. God is shaping you. He is stretching you. He is forming you. You are in your training season, baby. But all this will be a part of your strategy for later. I'm learning God always brings everything together for our good. Nothing goes unused. I want to give you some practical language because we always hear the terms like trust God's timing or have faith. And I feel like we hear those and we just go on autopilot. It's like furniture in our head at this point. Like we hear it so much. Let me speak for myself. I sometimes don't know what to do with that. It's like, yes, I know it logically, but how? In a sense, right? So instead of trust His timing, let's think about it in a way of move at the pace of peace. So don't look around you, don't compare, don't put pressure on yourself. Move at the pace that is peaceful. We should not be going through our days stressing because we feel like we need to hurry up and we're not doing it as fast or in the same way as somebody else, and we think we should be doing it their way. We're going to listen to our bodies and go at the pace of peace because we're trusting God in how He moves. We're going to trust God's pace, which is the pace of peace. So instead of have faith, tell yourself, remember what God has already done for you. The things that He's done for you in the past, they weren't coincidences. They're reminders that you can hold on to, that He is trustworthy. You just have to remember what He's already done for you. If you need to write that down on your phone, do that. Put it on sticky notes wherever you think you need to have faith, like at work. If you need to put some sticky notes up, remember what He's already done for you in the past. And this is no different. He going to show up because He is not a man that He will lie. So instead of seek Him, show up like you're expecting an answer from God. Like you already know God is going to show up for you. Seek earnestly. He rewards those that seek Him earnestly. And the last one, praying with intention. We hear this one a lot too. Ask, what are you trying to show me in this? Because I'm learning this. If we don't learn what we're supposed to right where you are, it'll show up in the next opportunity. You have to learn the lesson to get to the next level because what God has for you, whatever it is He's trying to teach you, it'll be different for us all. Whatever He's trying to teach you, wherever you are, ask Him. Open your eyes, push past the discomfort or how you're feeling. God, what are you trying to teach me here? Because when I get to my next opportunity, I don't want it to be the same cycle. I need to be out of this cycle. And this is where we really mature. This is the transition where we need to hold on to God a little bit tighter, keep Him a lot closer. But isn't that the beauty of it? Because when we're comfortable, are you really holding on tight to God? I know I'm not. And I'm trying to make before I get to the next level up, whatever it may be. because I need God in the good and the bad. I don't want to just be holding on for dear life. Like, I need help. I don't want it to just be that. I want to be holding on because God, you are so good. Thank you for this moment. And let me say this, something else I had to learn. You cannot go to your next level by running on fumes. It's just not going to happen. Rest is biblical. Rest is not laziness. Rest is obedience. The Sabbath was made for us. It's biblical. I realized this the other week. I was so tired. I could not think straight. When I say I couldn't think straight, I couldn't think Christ like. There's no way if you're running on fumes that you're at your peak mental capacity for what God needs to deposit in you, or what God, how God needs to use your brain. It can't be there if you're running on fumes. The enemy will take advantage of that, and you will be less likely to do Christ-like things or have Christ-like thoughts. Nothing gets better when you're tired, you're stressed, you're not moving your body, you're not eating right, you're not slowing down. I used to always say, I'm gonna just muscle through it. And one day, I guess my friend, hey, Shanora girl, I guess she got tired of me saying it. And she was like, girl, you are not a wrestler. Stop muscling through things. You're not supposed to live life like this. And I really appreciated that because it really changed me. It had me step back and was like, okay, I'm not supposed to live life like this. I don't get any type of brownie points for showing up exhausted 24/7 to just say that I checked off boxes for my family or my job or anyone else that's pulling for me. It does nobody any good because I'm not showing up as my best self either. I come to realize that when I'm running on fumes, I push myself to a space where I cannot hear God. I can't hear him clearly because I'm not mentally in a space where I can receive anything. Resetting your body is a part of the grace. This is why I started Bond and Bloom, because I need these events to reset myself as well. And we're all supposed to be together in a community. We're not supposed to do life alone. So Bond and Bloom is something so near and dear to my heart. They're events, if y'all don't know, they're events that I do every quarter. I'm trying to get them up to monthly, but I do them every quarter because we need to come together, and women do so much for other people. We rarely take a minute to reset for ourselves or do something that we like to do because we're just naturally caretakers. And that's not okay to keep going and going until you can no longer hear God. So this is a space where we intentionally reset because, honey, we need a moment too, okay? And usually it's pressure from ourselves. Nobody telling us to do all these things or keep going. We feel like we got to show up so perfectly. And this is time for us. I want us to pause and reflect right now. What is God trying to teach you in this season? The lesson that I know I need to learn because I don't want to repeat it in the next opportunity. Think about it, write it down, sit with it, pray on it. Because these moments of us being so uncomfortable and ready to just jump to the next opportunity or end something or start something, we got to learn where we are in the uncomfortable. Sit there and really learn what it is that we need to be learning from it and take notes, honey. These spaces, these experiences we get, they are such a gift from God because we're going to be able to help so many people. You may not even know who you're helping by just living through whatever it is and them seeing how you move through it or how you've overcome something. People watching you, whether they tell you or not, you're helping so many people. So if you really take the moment to sit here and be uncomfortable for a minute, I know, a minute or two. I feel like I've been uncomfortable for about 2 minutes. But if we just allow ourselves to receive God's grace and move with the pace of peace, the pace of God, and really learn what it is that we're supposed to be learning here, I think we'll be able to graduate a little bit faster than if we continue to complain or continue to pray our way out of it, to pray God to change our circumstances without really seeing that He's trying to teach us something. Taking the moment to just pull out some grounding activities, grounding exercises, pull out some affirmations. I made an I am statement, and it's a list of things that I read every day that says who God says I am. Actually, let me read my I am statement to y'all because I this really helps. I encourage you to make an I am statement as well. Pastor Torrey Roberts, he suggested it. I had it in my notes probably like a year ago, and I was like, okay, let me make one because there will always be an attack from the enemy and thoughts that you have of who you are and what you think of yourself. So we got to go back to what God thinks of us every single morning and read it. So this is mine. I am Brianna, chosen and set apart by God before the foundation of the world. My life has purpose, meaning, and divine intention. I am deeply loved. Nothing in this world can separate me from the love of God. I am fearfully and wonderfully made, created in his image with beauty, strength, and value that cannot be diminished. I am forgiven and free. The weight of my past is gone, and I walk boldly in the freedom Christ died to give me. I am strong and courageous. God is with me wherever I go, and I will not fear what lies ahead. I am confident in Christ. My worth, voice, and vision come from who He says I am, not the world's approval. I am a new creation. God is constantly transforming me from the inside out. The old me has been made new. Thank God. I am anointed and appointed for such a time as this, equipped with everything I need to fulfill my calling. I am blessed and highly favored. God's goodness and mercy follow me all of the days of my life. I am courageous and confident. I walk with authority, speak with faith, and move boldly, knowing God is within me. I am never alone. The same God who created the stars walks beside me and lives within me. I am a light in this world, called to shine, uplift, and remind others that healing and hope are possible. I am rooted in peace, grounded in God's promises and anchored in his faithfulness. I am healed and whole. From the inside out, I am being restored by his grace. I am more than a conqueror. I don't just survive battles, I rise stronger through them. I am Brianna, a vessel of God's love and light, created to empower, inspire, and remind others that transformation is possible through him. Honey, you see how that just livened me up in the moment. There's so much that comes in our way, whether we think we're internalizing it or not. We have to contradict all the opinions and all that we're absorbing into our soul and our spirit. We got to contradict it to what God says. So even just reading that right now, I feel so renewed and refreshed, and God got me. Isn't that refreshing? I encourage y'all to make an I am statement and read it daily. It doesn't have to be that long. I just wanted mine to be that long because I need to get to the nitty gritty and use the AI system and put in what it is that you want to put, have it give you some scriptures, go look up your own scriptures. I had a whole bunch of scriptures that really helped me when I needed it. So I just put those in there and, tailor it the way you want. Make it so when you read it, you get lit up from the inside out, however long, however short, but make it personal to you and make it biblical. When we go back to what God says, that kind of centers us to where we should be. And if you ask AI to give you some more scriptures, I feel like it'll come together so beautifully and you'll be empowered and inspired to motivate and keep on pushing through and having faith through your days. So y'all know I love me some homework. I want y'all to do some homework. First, ask God, what do I need to learn in this season? Then I want you to also write down 3 ways that God has shown up for you in the past. Set aside 4 minutes, just 4. Set a timer. That's how I do it, to sit with God, not talking, just sit with God and ask him to speak to you and watch what he reveals. I encourage you to write that down too, whatever he reveals to you, because you may start to connect the dots on some things. Choose one area where you could stop muscling through and start receiving grace. And lastly, commit to one act of rest this week. Yes, this week, not next week, this week. And I'm talking to myself too. Commit to one act of rest this week. And I just want to say a quick prayer. God, I ask that you give us grace in all of our transitions in life. I ask that you quiet our words and you strengthen our faith and you bring back to our mind the things that you did in the past, things that we may have forgotten. The small things, the big things, bring to our memory all that you've done for us and allow us to hold on to those moments. Please show us where we need to learn lessons. Please show us the areas, highlight the areas in our lives that we need to learn from and that you've been trying to show us. Please make it clear, give us clarity, give us strength, give us wisdom. And please give us your grace each and every day. Thank you for your grace, God. You are an awesome God. And I thank you for allowing me this space. Align our steps with your pace and your timing and allow us peace in all of our transitions. In Jesus' name, amen. And before we close, if this message spoke to you, I want to invite you to Bond and Bloom happening December 13th at 11 a.m. It's a morning where the women come together and we just have a good time together. We're growing, shifting, connecting, breathing. It's a gentle, cozy morning where women come together and we just pour into ourselves. We're evolving. We'll have light refreshments, beautiful conversations, reflection, and most importantly, community. I created this space because I need moments like this just as much as you do. So if you'd like to join, I will put the link in the show notes. Thank you so much for spending time with me. I truly appreciate you guys. Have grace with yourself this week. You are not behind, you are becoming, okay? And do y'all homework too. I love y'all. Have a great week. I'll see y'all in the next episode.